The Porsche Cayman is one of the best driver's car ever, highly desirable and are simple to drive and have fun in. They are more made to be affordable than a 911 and are known as a baby 911. Today, I bring you the ultimate Cayman that was launched 5 years ago, the Porsche Cayman GT4, which is the 981 model and one of the best desirable sports cars on the market with under 400 horsepower. The almighty GT4 is slightly more powerful than the GTS, revs higher RPMs while the torque remains unchanged. Here are the fun facts you need to know about this Porsche Cayman GT4 and why should you make a move buying this car. So basically, the Porsche Cayman GT4 carries everything over from the Cayman GTS with additional equipment with the same engine, and both of them came with a 6-speed manual gearbox. But the Cayman GT4 is a hardcore version for the streets and on a racetrack with more power. It's slightly different, slightly quicker, and faster. The GT4 development team made the critical decision to give the car a 3.8-liter flat 6 from the 911 Carrera S and the same suspension from the 991 GT3. Porsche even gave this car a new upgraded exhaust, upgraded brakes, and improved on an intake system, and the result of the GT4 was 385 brake horsepower, 45 more horsepower than the Cayman GTS where it only made about 340 brake horsepower. The Porsche Cayman GT4 launched in July 2015 in the United States for the 2016 model year and first revealed at the Geneva Motor Show in March 2015 and appeared in racing yellow using a derived 3.8-liter flat 6 engine from the Porsche 911 Carrera S and was only available with the exclusive 6-speed manual gearbox and weighed about 2,954 pounds. The GT4 produces about 385 brake horsepower and 309 pound-feet of torque. It can rev up to about 7,400 RPMs. It can accelerate travel from 0 to 60 miles per hour in almost 4 seconds and will reach to a top speed of 183 miles per hour, which is really decent numbers considering it's only making about 385 brake horsepower. And a lightweight track-focused sports car, and the car is definitely mid-engine. You may be thinking, why is it called a GT4? It's simply because Porsche Motorsports developed a racing version of this car called the Cayman GT4 Clubsport to race in a GT4 Motorsports and debut at Los Angeles in late 2015 and was even lighter combined with dual clutch transmission for racing purposes than this street-going Cayman GT4. It has given motorsport enthusiasts a true mid-engine racer to fine-tune their track skills. Meanwhile, the Cayman GT4 features 3 air intakes at the front grille to improve cooling for radiator, and at the back combined with a large rear wing producing amount of downforce and to improve the performance. You can also spot the Porsche badge, and below that there's a GT4 badge as well, so that you are aware to every driving enthusiast on the road, you are driving in a top-range Cayman. This car even entered the gateway at the Nürburgring Nordschleife and achieved an official lap time 7 minutes and 40 seconds. And when this car first came out, it was given a starting price at $85,000. The Cayman GT4 is equipped with Michelin Pilot Sport Cup tires and the aerodynamic kit, which replaces the GTS pop-up spoiler with a carbon reinforced wing that looks like a ducktail. It's combined with cinematic brakes with 20-inch rims, and the lots of parts in this car are sharing with the 911 GT3 RS. And then you have a big front splitter. Altogether, specs generate 220 pounds of downforce. The result is for this car to drive easy and to drive fast, with a lot more grip and power. It deeply delivers an amazing driving experience, and the Cayman GT4 is all about having fun on the track and even on the streets. Now let's jump inside the interior of the Cayman GT4. Now, when anyone gets inside of this Cayman, it is really easy to make your way in and out of the car without a struggle. The car has a normal door handles. It just opens up just like your average sedan or average SUV that you drive daily to work. And this car has normal door handles, but in the inside is a fabric interior door handles that is used to save weight with navigation system. The interior seems very sporty and fine quality. Minor luxury stuff and looks like a normal interior. The center buttons are normal with operating air conditioning and radios and stuff like that. And on the center console, there you spot a cool slick stitching 6-speed stick shift that a driver can play around with when on the road. Even Porsche today still produces, thankfully, manual gearboxes, which is impressive and make enthusiasts feel pleasured. The doors also has leather stitching, carbon fiber seats are stitched with a GT4 logo on the headrests, stitching Alcantara on the steering wheel, and also on the passenger side the car has a glove compartment for an integrated USB kit to use. The driver armrest sits in the middle of the center console so the driver can rest his arm while he's driving. Then the buttons on the center console, one's for suspension, one is for sport mode, and one is the ability to turn traction control on or off. Behind the steering wheel is a normal Porsche gauge clusters that you will find in 911s too. Above the screen, it has a clock between the climate vents to display the time, which I find that pretty cool. Practicality wise, every Porsche Cayman comes with 2 seats with partial leathering, and this car sits lower to the ground. Every Porsche Cayman does to center gravity, which can make it a bit tough for taller guys to slide down into the seats. Once you climb in, however, there's plenty of headroom and leg room, even for 6 feet tall guys. The GT4 has 2 trunks in the front and the back as well, while the back trunk has plenty of more space enough to contain 2 regular sized suitcase and a small sports car. That's pretty good. And front trunk is for small luggage only. The Cayman GT4 is like a perfect sports car that has better handling and cornering than the 911. The weight is better than the 911, considering cheaper, is lighter, better weight, is more affordable, and the car is reliable. The GT4 can be daily driven. It's mainly designed for twisty back roads and hardcore track use for serious performance, with an amazing fun factor. The car sounds epic and drives like what a 911 used to be in the past, similar to the Porsche 996, but today's 911s are more like on the Grand Tour side with a dual clutch transmission and automatic. But this car has an 8-pattern gearbox, sporty technology, mid-engine for grip and power, and that's what being a Cayman is all about. But I should tell you that if you want a fast Cayman for almost exclusively road use or as any kind of regular transport to sit back and relax and you don't want all that power, the GTS is the one. But if you're after a more recreational experience and are planning on going anywhere near a racetrack or just test driving on the back roads, the GT4 is worth every penny of the additional money. The GT4 doesn't look that much different on the outside from the GTS despite the price and its capabilities until you hop behind the wheel. It's a complete different chapter and a different story. I will for sure give this Cayman GT4 a try and drive it, and I'm pretty sure that it desperately feels like a 911. And the GT4 sounds beautiful, drive it, and even on a track side, when you're recording it, passing you, it sounds really good from the flat 6 engine. The Cayman GTS and GT4 doesn't really sound that much different from each other, but the GT4 sounds more track ready and revs higher than the GTS, but the GTS does sound good too. I would consider buying any modern Cayman, to be honest, because they seem really fun, but it's going to require you to make some sacrifices. So it's up to you to decide if it's actually worth the money to buy it. But the GT4 was mainly built for racing enthusiasts and driving enthusiasts who wants to experience driving skills. And it could be one of your favorite sports cars ever on your list. So that was the end car review of the Porsche Cayman GT4, and I hope you guys really did sit back and enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button, and you are more than welcome to give me any car suggestions, and I'll see you in the following video. But in the meantime, let's jump inside of the Porsche Cayman GT4. Let's put the keys into the ignition and start the engine. And then after that, we're going to switch into the Cayman GT4 Clubsport and take it out for a spin at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, and I hope you do enjoy the car sound as you listen to it. Peace out.